for a while.
Yeah, Dragon Con was one of my favorite conventions, but it's definitely not for the old. Oh my goodness. It's- it was just being awake for 3 days, 4 days straight, partying nonstop.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're live now, and we're talking about conventions past when we used to be young enough to go to them. Now I'd have to wear
Original.
my Depends and be pushed around in a. Yeah, yeah. So some of you are at conventions this weekend. What was it again, Bill? This is not
Gary
North
Con.
Texas, Gary Con. Yeah, Gary Con. Great con. I got some of my peeps over there, hopefully doing well in their peddling of their wares, because that's why we go to conventions. We peddle our wares and we buy wares.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what we do. Speaking of peddling wares, I'm going to throw this out at the beginning. Current Kickstarter that I'm doing editing, layout, and some writing for. Check it out if you can. Cult of the Winged Skull. It is for both Dungeons and Crawl Classics or Shadow Dark, your choice. There's some cool stuff going on. We're about halfway funded and halfway through, so could definitely use some help. And yeah, you won't be sorry. It's fun. So check that out. As for
Won't
the
be
stream
sorry.
itself, well, you might be sorry, but in a good way. Kind of like a film could be really bad, but good at the same time. Yeah, yeah. That's what we're shooting for. B movie greatness. We haven't thrown this one up in a while. Bits are a thing. 100 bits, one reroll. Save them from themselves. Yeah. So last episode we were down to Richard, but we plugged on anyway, and we did another one of these past interlude scenes. Something that happened in Bloody Appalachia that goes to the Uber plot as a whole. So we're just going to pick up this episode with you guys at, as usual, at breakfast down at the Taste of Bloodworth, the eatery right below the place that you guys are staying. Discussing again, you've not the first time you've had a dream that you've all shared,
What a lovely night's sleep
except
I have
for
had there.
Richard, your
Yep.
character. Just completely dreamless, wonderful sleep for the last many hours.
I don't know what are you all talking about? I don't know.
He's so blessed.
Yeah, but we will open the scene with it. You guys never get up early, except for fake news who gets up for a run, usually. But last night,
Usually.
dreaming kept you in bed longer than usual, so you're joining the rest of these late getter-uppers. So before noon, but not terribly early in the morning, you are downstairs enjoying the sausage, the bacon, all the carbs you can fit on a tray, hash browns, grits, everything else that you just have grown to love. And you notice outside a very odd sight, although not especially so since you've seen these folks before. There are red wagons, covered wagons, being led by horses. 3 of them, in fact, in town. They seem to be over at the convenience store, what passes up for a convenience store here in Bloodworth Hollow. They seem to be loading goods by the barrel, by the sack, by a great deal. All of the people in these wagons are all wearing red in various forms. They're not wearing uniforms. It's just all of their wardrobe happens to be red. Some have T-shirts. Some have actual like LARPing style red cloaks on. I guess at this time it would be more like SCA style. LARPing wasn't a thing
Mhm.
yet. Some just in like red flannel pants, that sort of thing. There seems to be one person that is communicating with the shop owner with a list of things, and the rest of the people, there's about half a dozen, so 6. Most of them are young, the oldest being maybe a teenager, the rest in maybe their early 20s, mix of women and men, handing out pamphlets. Most of the town folks studiously just ignore them as if they are just not seen at all, or just do not take the pamphlets that are being foisted upon them. Some rip the pamphlets out of the hands of the person, throw it on the ground, curse at them a bit, stomp off. So, what are your reactions to this? And we'll start with Dion. Introduce your character, please.
Hello, I'm fake news. Not to be confused with fake nurse. No relation. But
Distant sibling.
yeah,
Distant
yeah.
sibling.
So I'm just gonna. Is this the people we saw before in the covered wagon type of thing or whatever?
Yeah, one of you actually made an occultist role and remembered seeing some of their ads in some of
That
the
was
new agey
me.
magazines.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, well then I'll refresh you. They believe in getting back to nature. They don't believe in technology.
Right.
And apparently they bought a tract of land between Bloodworth Hollow and Aviation Hill. They kind
Okay.
of helped you out when you wrecked your Jeep.
Yeah, is that lady there? Is this just a group of those people?
Just a group of those people. You don't see the woman that was with you, but with them before.
Okay. All right. I'll take a pamphlet and look at it.
So you're in the diner looking out the window. Do you want to go outside?
Yeah, I'm nosy.
Okay.
I finish up my meal. Pay. It's
Okay.
on the tab or whatever.
Yeah. It's just you get billed to the room. You head out, and a young man, maybe in his late teens, maybe in his early 20s, 6'2", broad of shoulder, chiseled jaw, blonde flowing hair and blue eyes, hands you a pamphlet and smiles, doesn't say a word.
I just kind of nod, take the pamphlet, and walk away thumbing through it.
Okay. He doesn't say anything to you. Just kind of nods as you take the pamphlet, smile on his face as you take it. Yeah, it's very much what you saw in the occult. I'm not going to say occult, actually. New Age magazines. Retreat back to nature, telling about the sins of technology and how it pollutes the brain, destroys the body, that sort of thing. And there are pictures of their commune out in the Appalachian Mountains. It shows a very well kept campgrounds with large tents, small tents, community fires. Yeah, and it basically is welcoming one and all to come out and enjoy. The Ruby Mine Cooperative is the name of the group. Bill, introduce your character. Tell me what you're doing.
Well, I am a college student. Many more people know my brother than know me.
I'm
And
not sure that's true at this point, given how many adventures we've had. Okay.
that's true. That's true. But I'm just tagging along for, I needed this for an elective, and, I'm just hanging out, and there's some good folks here.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at.
So, fake news just walked out. You also see these red wagons out there. You want to do anything? Just going to continue eating. Actually, did you have any points I told you to mark down for having consumed barbecue before?
No, you did not.
Okay, well, you're fine. Food is great as usual.
I'm distrustful of like them for some reason, so I'm just gonna keep eating. And,
Okay, yeah. I just kind of keep an eye out for where you are.
Yeah.
Very good. We'll move over to Jameis. Tell us who your character is.
Who is my character? It's a good question. Who is anyone?
A better question.
In this game, I happen to be Lars von Troyer. I have been brought in to be the filmmaker for this particular production of Bloodwurth Hollow horror series, or whatever it is that we're doing. We still don't actually even have a name for it.
Yeah,
That's
you don't
how
have a
good we are.
working name yet.
No. And so far, I've been doing all the work and no one else has.
Okay. Do you want to do anything, or do you just want to? Oh, actually, you have points.
Yo, hell yeah. Okay,
So make me a magic save, please.
See, it's sort of a bit of a downward spiral, isn't it? I keep failing it. For example, that's a fail.
Okay.
So,
How many points have you marked?
2.
Mark another one for me.
See, it's a downward spiral. We're just
Yeah, the food is
get rid of them.
particularly delicious today.
Yeah.
The bacon just
Also,
has a bit more sizzle
I
and a bit more flavor to it.
I refuse to put points into magic because I want to see where the downward spiral goes. So all my other saves are going up, but that one is not.
Where it's heading is to wonderful breakfasts every morning.
Mhm.
Each one better every day.
Did
So
we
good
level?
that you crave them the next day. Crave them.
Bert-
Yeah, so you continue to dig in.
Bert, did we level?
No,
No,
we're
not
going to
yet.
level after this one.
Oh, okay.
Richard, tell us about your character's blissful, undreaming, restful sleep.
It was
And
great.
what you're doing.
I got a good night's sleep. I don't know what it was. I mean, maybe it was the mint that somebody left on my pillow or something. So, maybe it was the after effects of the horrible ritual that I was part of. I
The
don't
10
know.
cc's of ketamine you stuck in your butt before going to bed. Who
It could
knows?
have been that. It could have been anything, really. But yeah, speaking of ketamine, do you need any? Do you? I can get it for you. I'm Professor Dunhill. Or rather, my name is Professor. I am not a professor. And I can get it for you if you need it. Do you need it? I can get it.
The more people you can buy into that line, you will be the professor. The professor. You have no points marked down, do you?
Oh,
I don't believe so.
Someone else other than me had points. I thought it was Bill, but apparently he
I
didn't.
thought Bill had originally
I was the original one, but I thought someone else had joined me with having points. I don't know, Richard, do you have points?
I don't remember any points. I didn't write it down on my sheet.
I think I just remember it was you and Bill originally failed the first one, but then he was good after that or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Could be. Yep.
failing them. I'm the only one who keeps failing them.
So, Professor, you're enjoying the breakfast as normal.
Yes.
Anything you want to do? You also see the red wagons all the time. You might actually question if they're actually there, except for the fact that fake news just went out to talk to somebody.
Why would I question they were there? What?
Because who knows what you're on?
He might.
I've seen
They
other
might
people, ripping things out of their hands. And I suppose maybe everything is an illusion.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm not actually. Maybe I'm just some poor English schmuck.
See,
sitting at
who
home
was
in
anybody?
front of his
That's what I'm
computer.
saying.
I don't know. No, I don't need to know anything about these people with their wagons and stuff at the moment. I'm eating a good breakfast, and I don't know. Lars and Chad are still here with me.
Yeah.
Just talking about just talking to them about what we got going on today. And we got anything lined up? Do we need anything? We're going anywhere? Because we did the mine last time. That was the last thing that
Yeah.
I remember doing. So yeah.
Why don't you
where
roll
we
me a
go from
d6?
D6, you say?
Mhm.
You
Because
take
that's
that
not one
much
of the
damage.
pre-programmed things that's there, so I can't. I can give you a 2.
Okay. You just hear some people mumbling in the background. Apparently, the people here in the red wagons are not necessarily well liked. There's somebody kind of saying that they're a cult, Martha. I tell you, they're a cult.
What you tell around here?
Am I by any chance suffering the after effects of the dream hallucinogen that I ingested?
No, you're all better now.
I'm all better now. Okay.
But why don't you roll me a d6?
I think I will do that. 3.
Okay. You hear somebody say under their voice that they kind of believe that the cult members out there are a bunch of kitty lovers. They ought to be
Kitty
taken out and
lovers, like
shot.
cats or children?
Children. In Lars, why don't you roll me a d6? As the whole
I
diner
have
is
the
now
same
talking
problem as
about these
Richard.
people.
1.
Okay. The pair that were talking that the professor overheard, the woman is now speaking. He said, "Now, Harold, they just want to be left alone and don't want to be part of the modern world. Well, they got to come into town and mess up our streets then."
Hmm.
Well, the horse pies are a little disconcerting, I gotta admit. So yeah, the bar's generally outlook is not very pleasant for these folks.
Do we want to film a riot or a running out of town? Will that help us? I mean,
Yeah.
are these people
It doesn't
spooky
look
in
like
any
it's
way or
going to be a
anything? I mean,
riot. It
Damn,
doesn't look like
that,
it's going to be a riot breaking out. Are you volunteering to start one or something?
I think that's what he's getting
I
at.
mean, do we want that?
Out of character, that would be amazing footage. In character, I would be against it, but I'm not there. I'm still walking back.
So
Just saying.
fake news as you're walking back. There are a small group of teenagers, high school students, wearing varsity jackets, and they're sitting on some of the sacks that some of the members of this Ruby Mine cooperative are trying to load onto the car.
Hmm.
And the members aren't speaking, but they're kind of making shooing motions. And one of the young men are like, "What's that? What do you want?" I don't think they can talk, Daryl. So obviously, they don't want nothing.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna leave it alone. Those kids are a force to be reckoned with. I'm
One
not
of the
getting
other ones
involved.
kind of talks and says, "Yeah, these are coffee beans anyway. I thought you folks don't like technology. How do you grind this up into coffee?" And one of them pantomimes like using a mortar and pestle. The kid's like, "I don't understand you. Why don't you talk English?"
Provoke, provoke, provoke.
They just keep going.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you catch the one person that was doing like checking off the list is apparently done and kind of walks over to the group and he hands something to the high schoolers. You just kind of catch it unless you want to make a spot roll.
I do.
Okay. Give me a
I
spot
do.
check.
I get a +2 to this. 15.
Okay.
Hmm.
Looks an awful lot. It looks an awful lot like they just handed a bunch of very well tightly packed marijuana cigarettes to those high schoolers who just take them and
Ooh.
split.
They might be growing marijuana. Oh.
And
Split.
they quickly start loading up the bags of coffee and sugar onto the back of their wagons. One of them is going around with like a shovel and a bucket, shoveling up the horse poop. The one that was talking sees that you have a pamphlet in your hand as you pause for just a moment to kind of look to see what was going on. And he's like, directions to our campsite are right on there, ma'am. If you ever want to come out and get back to nature, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, he came up to me, so we're like kind of alone, right?
Sure, yeah.
I
I
just
mean, there's people around within shouting distance, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna lean in and I'm just gonna whisper. One of the old gods of the forest touched me. Am I fucked?
He kind of steps back for a moment. Maybe a charisma check.
Charisma is
Yeah, because
not
I am now
good.
reminded that you are not the face.
Oh, that's a 17. That's wait, do I roll above? Good, high is good for this?
High is good, I think.
Yeah, I roll a 17.
You're not checking to see how well you do, so just a roll plus your charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks at you. He's like, "Oh, you've met with the Fey folk, I see."
Oh, them too, yeah.
Well, you're lucky to be alive. I guess you ran into a bunch of those that are more conversational and less stabby.
Well, yeah, I convinced them with beer and
Oh yeah, him.
Oh yeah, definitely the more conversational.
Yeah.
You got to beware. That there's at least a good half of them. As soon as stab you and bleed you dry is to talk to you. I always keep and he kind of roots around his pocket and pulls out like an old style penny nail. I always keep cold iron on me. Keeps them away.
Cold iron. Got it. But what about the big one?
Big one.
I explained the one with the goat, the horned head, the one that tore the ambulance open. That I made a pact with.
Oh! You saw one of the avatars of the forest. Well,
Yeah.
like nature itself, it's a fickle thing. Could be helpful. Could be murderous. How'd you get away?
I gave it moonshine.
Oh, appeased it. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's something that we do teach is the traditional values and honoring the spirits of the forest.
His
I'm glad you
spirits?
survived. And he
Okay.
kind of takes his hat off and gives you a little bow.
I nod to him. I'm like, okay, so it's kind of a good thing. All right, yeah, because these things happen. These things happen out here.
Stares
You
at you
know?
for just a minute. A smile comes to his face and says, "Well, we'll be off. Anytime you'd like to visit us, you go right ahead. And by the way, I agree. Sasquatch is a dick."
You saw my pilot.
Sasquatch is a dick. I'm going to use that throughout the week.
Climbs aboard his horse. Giddy up.
While all of that was going on, I was
Mhm.
going to be going around. I was going to say to Lars, "Hey, go get the camera," and I was going to be trying to rile up the people inside. Hey, I mean, you can't have them coming in here and doing coming into town. And
Ooh, gonna incite some, huh? Okay.
yeah,
Do you have any kind of psychological persuading skills? If not,
I mean,
it's charisma.
I have persuasion.
That'll work. Sure.
Small problem. I'm too busy eating my lovely breakfast to go and get
Right. Oh well.
While you're
I
doing
guess we
this,
won't
it's
get
all
this
going to go
footage, but,
off. Yeah, it's all going to go off and everything. We're just not going to film it.
Nah. Oh well. We can talk about it with them later on the farm when we go there to say, "Oh, we just want your side." But anyway, so yeah, going around saying these people are coming to this town. I mean, I know I'm a newcomer here, but they don't seem to fit in here. What's with them? Why aren't you out there protesting all those things that they're doing, etc.? Charisma.
Yeah, D20 and whatever
Sure.
charisma bonus. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I will tell you, I also get advantage on persuasion rolls.
Yeah.
Now. So
it's actually the old couple. It's the guy who's just for some reason just woke up and just did not have his coffee today. So that. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got a 24 for the reverse roll.
I get advantage on persuasion
I got
rolls.
you.
So I rolled again just to see if I got a 20.
Yeah, I got you.
19's good enough.
And his wife is like, "No, Martha, this person's right. We shouldn't be allowing this kind of thing in our town. This is a modern town. For goodness sakes, we got hot water and telephones."
Yeah.
Really?
Some of the
technology, it's great.
Some of the younger folks. So he barges out. "I'm going to go give him a piece of my mind, Martha."
That won't take long.
"Hand me my hat." He slaps on an old style Kangol hat, little slouch caps. walks outside. Some of the younger folks are like, "Hey, this ought to be fun." They head out too. You see one of them is sneaking out of the back room and it seems to have a carton of eggs. Just heading out.
In this economy?
I mean, it's the 80s, so
yeah.
That's fine.
5 cents an egg. Yeah, and so through the window you see that there is a confrontation going on as this man just kind of pushes himself out in front of the carts and the wagons as they are leaving town and starts you getting red in the face. You can hear that he's yelling, can't quite hear what he's yelling, and he's pointing at the person who's scooping up the poop and just he throws his hat on the ground. It's just getting really irate. And some of the younger folks that are handing out eggs, they start just hurling eggs onto the side of the wagons. It's a row going on outside. So fake news, you're out here when this is happening.
I'm like, oh, Oh my. Well, thank you. Have a
Yeah, the
safe
guy is
trip.
throwing all kinds of allegations. He's saying that they're the reason why everybody goes missing, that they're a bunch of kitty lovers, and that the FBI is over in Aviation Hill. We ought to get them to come down and raid your establishment. And just really going off. And then the kids are just kind of throwing eggs, making things difficult. One of them is trying to sneak around back and trying to cut some of the harnesses on some of the horses and trying to spook the horses to get them going. Of course, the members of the cooperative are trying to stop this, but none of them are talking.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You want to do anything? You want to just watch to see what happens?
I'm gonna watch and see what happens. I'm gonna like take a couple of steps back and like, oh shit, this is like borderline angry mob.
Yeah.
Yep.
PCs, don't get involved.
I mean, are there any more people in here? Apart
There
from
are.
just that couple.
You basically
because
got
I want to go around and get. I'm trying to get as many as I can up and out there.
I think. I mean, you had a really good roll. So I gave you the already angry man, and I gave you all the team.
All right, okay.
The other people that work here are just workaday people. They just want to just keep their heads down and not. But a good half of the people that were in the diner are out there now.
Oh.
Flo goes over the phone and is like shaking her head. She's like, "Sheriff, he's still out of town, huh? Well, let me tell you what, deputy, we got a row starting on out here."
I'm just sitting back thinking of all the footage we're getting of this. Oh man, that's.
And then you notice Lars is just like, just shoveling bacon into his mouth.
I'm just sitting there eating. I've already been in trouble for being in public stuff back home, so I'm just eating. You guys have fun with your little fight there.
Okay. Well, you're just watching it happen then. So, fake news. The leader of the group, who's probably in his early 30s, kind of comes out and just kind of stares at the guy as he's just yelling. And you see he's trying to calm. He's trying to talk calmly, saying like, we're a bunch of pacifists. I'm not going to respond to this. We're just, why don't you just go on? Nobody here's going to put up a fight. If you must throw eggs at us, you go right ahead. You want to yell, you go right ahead and yell. Which just seems to make the guy more angry.
Right.
All right. Yeah. No one intervenes. The old guy just takes a swing and just hits the leader of the cooperative kind of in the cheek, and he literally just turns the other cheek. I mean, you can see, he takes a step back. It's not like he didn't feel it. He did. The old man just gets even more pissed, and he's like, "Oh, you think you're better than me, huh?" Hits him in the other cheek.
Oh my god.
Then he's got like a cane, and he just starts beating this guy who just sits there and takes it.
I run over once he starts using the cane, and I'm gonna stop him. Be like,
all right. So as you run over, apparently incited by the blood violence, the teenagers are starting to throw down with the members of the cooperative who just stand there and just take it as they're being kicked and punched and even bitten in some cases.
oh my god. Like he's not. He's not gonna fight back. This isn't right.
Well, good. just starts hitting him over the head with his cane.
I try to keep them apart from each other.
How do you do that? Physically? Because talking ain't doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put myself between the two and see what happens and be like, please stop. Please. Like, we don't need this to go any further. They're already on their way out.
You get hit in the face with the backside of the cane.
Even with an AC of 16?
You take 4 points of damage.
Oh my god.
That breaks a tooth.
Yeah, so I take it.
The leader of the group, after you get knocked back a little bit, and you're bleeding out of the mouth. He kind of stands between you and the guy with the cane, who just starts to, he's raising it up like he's going to come down with a big blow on this guy's head, and you swear you hear a growl, like just a deep kind of guttural growl come from the guy that's the
Ooh.
leader of the group, and the guy just kind of stops in mid swing. And you can see, like, he starts to shake. He goes white, and you see he pees himself, and he just runs. He drops the cane and runs away.
See, we can't show
puts a
them on
hand
TV,
down.
so I'm not filming it.
he gives you a hand up. Fake news. He pulls like a handkerchief out of his pocket, hands it to you. Oh, I'm very sorry that you got caught in this, ma'am.
I couldn't watch him hurt you like that. Sorry.
Well, people are hurting us all the time. That's all right. Lord says you turn the other cheek. I got 2 on my face and 2 on my backside. Kind of smiles. I could have taken a little bit more, but thank you very much.
I'm gonna separate from that point. Like, I think you guys in the back might be dealing with some stuff.
Yeah. He goes back there and starts sorting things out. Meanwhile, you do hear a police siren coming up in the distance. Flo looks very disappointedly at you, Professor.
Why? Well, I mean, I guess you heard. Yeah.
It's not like she rushed to go around and tell people, hey, it's all right.
I'll go over and try and smooth it over. Look, I was just trying to get some footage.
Stares at you for a moment
he'd go
and
that
says,
far. I was just trying to, fit in with the locals and what he was saying.
She stares at you for a moment and says, we're all out of pie today, Professor.
Around I'd say around that moment, Fate comes back in with like the handkerchief on her like bleeding lip. Well, that's a great start to the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been if we got footage of it, but
footage of what?
Von Troyer has meanwhile eaten everything that was left over on Fake News's plate. Made a good dent in Professor Dunhill's plate.
Just today, just this bacon in particular. Excellent.
So Flo comes over and says, you ought to have done that. I mean, they're a little creepy, but they're very nice folks, and they're pacifists. They were just going to sit there and get injured, thanks to you, Professor.
I didn't tell anybody to hit anybody. That wasn't me. I just went over and talked to the people about, what they were doing here and how did they fit in.
Well, I'm no lawyer, Professor, and you're no professor, but I would say that'd be incitement.
Yeah, maybe. Look, sometimes you got to break an egg to make an omelet. Yeah, that's right.
Meanwhile, Martha is going a little hysterical. It's like, where'd my husband go? Why'd he run off like that?
Flo, you got a bag of peas in the back?
Oh, here, honey. She goes and gets you a cold steak. Put it on the side of your face.
I'm sorry, I just have a thing with handling raw meat. You got like
a you're a vegetarian, don't you worry. That cow ate nothing but vegetables. She goes and wraps some ice in a towel for you.
Oh, thank God.
And then slaps the steak on the grill.
Is there a cop hassling the professor?
No. This is Flo. This is the waitress hassling the professor.
Okay.
Although the cop is out there now, and just is talking to the leader of the wagon folks and breaking up some of the teenagers, telling them that, to move along.
Okay.
You can kind of make out what he's trying. He's asking, whether or not he wants a report filed. You can see the person saying, "No, it's all right. We just want to go. Just want to go." And after a bit, deputy comes in to talk to Flo. A bit of excitement this morning, Flo. Coffee and pie. And right after telling Professor Dunhill that they're, clean out a pie today, she slides over a slice of apple pie to the the deputy.
Oh, you know what? Apple pie sounds wonderful right now.
A little frostily to you, Fake. She says, "I'm sorry, we're all out of pie."
All right.
You didn't see Fake actually protect the guy. Okay.
No, she didn't. She was on the phone with the officers at the time.
Mm.
She just knows you lot are all together.
Yep.
So I got beaten in the face by an old man for trying to stop him from beating someone.
Oh, is that how
I
you got it?
no pie.
You weren't out there? And looks over to Professor, inciting this mess.
No, I was out
Serves
there.
you right to get punched in the face.
No, I was not out there doing sight nothing. I was trying to stop the old man. I didn't want him to hurt himself.
Well, he is a bit high strung. I might have a slice of rhubarb back here for you.
Oh, my favorite. You do love me.
So the deputy kind of looks over to you and tips his hat at you. Oh, this news? Nice to see you again. Care to shed some light on what happened?
Yeah, I was chatting with the leader of the caravan. We were just having a conversation, talking about, where they're at, what they're about. I was just curious, and we say our goodbyes, and as he's fixing to leave, the old man comes over yelling at him, punches him once, punches him twice, starts hitting the guy with his cane. He wasn't fighting back, so I got up there and tried to stop the old man. He didn't want to listen. I
He kind of
jumped in between them, and he cracked me right in the face.
He looks over at Flo and says, "Rudy?" She nods. "Rudy." Well, I'm sorry about that. If you'd like to press charges, I suppose we can take him in.
No.
Rudy's a regular in the drunk tank. You got to understand. He's not in such great health. He's cranky all the time because he's always in pain.
No charges. Bag of ice, slice of pie. Seeing you, we're good.
Oh.
He winks. Says, "Okay, well, they're only in town once every few months to resupply. They got some they don't even handle money. You know that? He's got some kind of deal going on with the proprietor next door there. They work out something. They don't cause any problems. Yeah, it's a little outlandish to have horse-drawn buggies come through town like that, or wagons, but they don't get in anybody's business, but people sure like to talk. Well, hope that heals fast."
Yeah, probably after a good long rest.
Well, you all have a great afternoon. Flo, you haven't seen the sheriff come by, have you? No? Not back from the fishing trip yet? Really? He should have been back yesterday. He always stops in here to get a pie and coffee. I figure he might have come by this morning. Well, Flo, if you see him before I do, you let him know that he needs to stop by the office. We got a mountain of paperwork he's got to sign.
The sheriff is missing.
Yep. Oh, there's a number of plots we were ignoring.
Was there
so good at it.
Was there something that happened to him that we know about, or no? No, okay.
We just know he hasn't been seen for a while. He went fishing.
We could always investigate that.
He's like a day late now, technically. Okay.
I think we had. Well, yeah, it's like he should have been back by now. He was expected earlier, and this was like, okay, still hasn't turned up.
Right. Interesting.
And we have refused to follow up on it like we have every single other plot.
Well, now it
That's
starts
not
to make
true.
sense if he's like late and there's been no word, you know.
And they've been taking it casually enough. Like you've heard that he's goes on these yearly fishing trips like this. You did hear I think in an episode or two back that he was been gone a little longer than normal, but apparently today Deputy was very much suspecting he'd be back already. So this is the
Yeah.
first of any concern you've heard. And it was very mild at that. Anyway, you guys are left on your own after most of the folks here that have real jobs get their breakfast and head out, leaving you with just Flo, who immediately turns on the daytime soaps as the world turns.
Woo! Great show.
So, what are we gonna do today? We could go out and interview the
Same thing we do every day.
We could go out and interview the cult and find out what they're all about. I don't
Yep,
know whether
we can do
they'd
that.
appear on film or not. I don't know what they're. They seem to be in a
Oh.
buggy, so I don't know what.
Fake
their
might have
stuff
it in
all
now
about.
because she
Yeah.
helped them out.
What do you-
So.
Yeah.
Well, I assume Fake explains that, hey, they're open to come and to tell people about this because we didn't actually read the pamphlet.
I think
Yeah.
Fig still has a brochure.
Pamphlet. Yeah, and I've seen them before. I've seen them on the telly before, you know.
Seen
So
them on the
like,
telly?
yeah, the telly.
Not on the television. You've seen
Oh.
them in the back of like New Age magazines because you
Oh, a
do have an
magazine,
occult
that's right.
rating. Yeah, you do read those magazines.
Yeah, I dabble in some of those little culty magazines.
You believe in crystal healing?
Listen, white quartz is real.
So, do we know how to get to wherever they are? Do you know we know where they are?
Yeah, there's a map right here on the
There is
brochure.
in fact a map.
So, is it far distance? Just sort of work relative to where we sort of are.
It's
Halfway
actually halfway between Bloodwurth and Aviation Hill.
Okay.
Almost exactly where you guys ran off the road with the Jeep last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can go and start getting the gear together. Hey, does one of you want to ask where the sheriff normally fishes? And if we're in that area, we can stop by and see if he's around.
Flo?
Oh yeah. Well, I can explain how to get there, but she kind of rummages around some old brochures. Like when I say old, like they're in the front of the Taste of Bloodworth area, but like hardly anyone comes here anymore from out of town. So like there's dust all over them. But she pulls out a brochure that's got like fishing sites, and it shows you this beautiful log cabin, river below, and all of you that had that dream
Oh
Yeah. Wait a minute.
know exactly what that is.
Oh no.
Not came for us.
I have no idea.
In conjunction to the camp in Aviation Hill, where is that? Like cross-referencing our brochure maps.
So, actually, do I have a map on the tabletop here? I might not. So, it's to the east of the trailer park community that's in Bloodworth. So it's out in the mountains to the east. It's not that far out of town, but you definitely have to drive there. It's too much to walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Where's Appalachian Hill? Is that to the east or the west?
Appalachian Hill's to the north.
North. Okay, that's to the east. All right.
I should throw
So
up
it's
the
not
map
really
on
on
the
the
table
way
at some
to-
point.
No.
All right.
Now that we know about it, the three of us, especially, maybe going, wait a minute.
Yep.
yeah. I'm
We
like,
can go
in
visit
the
them
map-
anytime.
And the map is that perfect picture that I was kind of trying to draw in your mind's eye of the sun coming up over the mountain range with all the colors of the leaves turning and this blue, like crystal blue river winding its way through with this cabin up on the hill. Cabin is not exactly the same as in your dream. It's bigger. It looks like there's multiple cabins up there now.
Did we burn it down when we left? No, I think we just ran away.
I almost burnt it down.
Yeah.
It would be on target for your MO.
Yeah, so looking around the four of us, all saying we go check out that cabin.
Yeah,
Put your hand up.
we can check that out. That's definitely a red flag.
Yep.
Why? What?
Well, the question is, though, is what happened in the dream gonna happen if we do anything there? Because that was, like, really heavily monitored.
Again?
I mean, just going out there isn't going to be a problem, I wouldn't think. And yeah,
But, I mean, the cabin. Are we not gonna...
Yeah.
We're not fucking with the cabin?
we'll see what happens when we get out. I mean, from the looks of this, there may have been updated. I don't even know if that cabin's still there. Look, they may have changed the cabins around and stuff.
It's about an hour to an hour and a half to get there, according to the brochure, from town. And most of it is because a lot of it is like back roads, country roads that you can't go very fast on. Not very far as, as the crow flies, but as a vehicle has to climb, it's about an hour and a half.
I'm just scared of the cabin itself, just because I'm remembering how that thing was, like, monitored, and then, like, the fucking government busted in and did shit.
We'll see what happens. I mean, there's a couple of cabins there now. Who knows? It may not be that cabin
You
there.
saw what happened to the people in that dream, right? Like,
some of us managed to get away, so.
Yeah, lucky
Just saying.
Did we ever look into that, by the way? The one survivor?
No.
Should we?
Follow up and plot? I don't see this doing that.
Look, I have no idea what you guys.
Oh, I thought we filled you in on that dream.
We did. He's just ignoring it.
But,
yeah, no, we said we had a dream where this happened. That doesn't mean.
yeah, I
it
mean,
makes
are
sense.
you all saying it's something?
I mean, it's happened twice now.
Maybe less ketamine?
I was going to say, have I taken enough that now my sweat or something is hallucinogenic? I'm shaking your hands or something, and it's that seems weird.
I don't think I've ever touched you.
All right, okay.
Well, sorry, that was just the first thing that I had to say.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I mean, is there something that's going to have been reported in the newspaper?
God, no. Are you kidding me
no.
with how that was? No.
Not like 3 people go up there and disappear. I guess it's a disappearance around here. Yeah, all right, that's not going to have happened, is it?
It's on that map where they swear that all the disappearances are within the statistically probability curve, and there's nothing unusual at all.
Well, this is kind of like normal for people here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
these things just happen.
Have you ever looked at the the number of disappearances that happen in woodlands and national parks? It's amazingly high.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just go out there.
You want to go out to the cabin? All right.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, no preparation. Why would you ever prepare? No, just go.
Well, this isn't like a dream, This is death, possibly. If, the right people see us doing this.
Where one encounter with a Bigfoot, you're just shy of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always go and talk to the. I hate to suggest this, but we could always go and talk to the deputy and say, "Hey, we're going up there. Do you want to come along and find,
You know what?
I'm somewhat busy with the whole thing that's just happening in town at the moment.
But we could maybe
Maybe.
schedule to do it tomorrow with him. I mean, I could probably, just
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
kind of, just, just I mean, I think he's taken. I think he likes me. What do you guys think? Did you say the way he looked at me? I saw the way he looked at me.
I'm just thinking this in the way of like a 80s television show where your character is like a young. I think you're in your 30s, right?
I'm 24,
Or
but I
24. Yeah, but you look
Yeah.
like you're in your
like you're
40s because
40. Yeah, cigarettes. Yeah. Yeah, I let my hair down, and I've been beautiful the whole time.
Are you like mayor or something?
What?
Oh no, that was in your other stream. Sorry.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. But I mean, I could see if I can chat with him about that, and we can go up there another time with him. I mean, that's a less chance of dying, maybe.
I mean, you guys are the ones who know what happened there, etc. I mean,
It was like a highly monitored, like bugged out house with cameras and microphones everywhere and a recording thing hidden in the walls. And when the kids found out, like a bunch of like SWAT team dudes came in and just with like a something that just killed you. Like that. Like it was not long.
And do you want to go up there again?
I don't want to go into the cabin. That's what I've been trying to say. I'm down with going up there to like check out to see if is there a sheriff car here or him or a body? Like, cool. I don't want to go in the cabin. That creeps me out. That freaks me out in character. I'm like, no. I have too much occult things to be like, oh, let's fuck with the shadow government.
I mean, you guys all know what.
But we can go up there if we want to just look around for the sheriff and like get some film.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a bad idea to try and snoop into that thing right now.
We won't know till we get up
All
there.
right, well, let's go then.
Yeah.
All right, you want to stop by the deputy or the police station first, or
Apparently she wants to hook up, so yeah.
I mean, we can. If you guys just want to go there without him, we can do that too. I was just saying, it might help.
Go and talk to them and say we want to go have a look up there to do some scouting anyway for our stuff. And if he really wants to come with us, we'll go tomorrow with him.
Yeah, and then we can find out what his vehicle is because we don't know what to look for.
Are you going by yourself, Fake, or is anyone else going?
I don't know. Does anybody want to go in with me?
Hell
Do
yeah!
you want to go alone?
Chad's going in anyway, so
Chad, all right, we're all going then.
All right. Oh well, the deputy is an easy touch on it. He's like, well, I really ought to see what's going on with the sheriff. He really should have been back already. I don't mind going out there, but I gotta ask, why do you want to go?
Good shot of the countryside. You know, the view we've seen from the pamphlet of like the lake and the sunrise and all that. Really?
Oh, this is for that superstitional show you're doing, isn't it?
We figured a couple of shots up there while we're there would be a good, time well spent.
All right. Well, it's not like you can make any worse a name for this community. Sure. Seeing as we're heading out there, we're gonna take old Missy, and he goes and gets some keys off the wall, and it takes you over to the garage, and there's like this there's this light body truck that's got these huge tires on it. And the back of it's got like it's a camper covering on it. And he asks, there's a mechanic there that's working on cars, and he's like, hey, is she still kitted out? He says, yes, sir. He's all ready to go. Okay, slap an extra fuel can, jerry can of gas on there just in case. Mechanic goes and takes a gas can, straps it to the side of the truck. It's one of these. The wheels are so large that you need like the step ladder to climb into the cab.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep. There's enough room for everybody. He's like, yeah, the roads can get a little rough out there if you all want to climb in. You're welcome to follow me if you'd rather, but there's plenty of room.
Can we load up the equipment?
Cameras? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just he goes over and he unlocks the back, and you see that there's a lot of like waterproof cases back there. Like a lot.
Cases?
Cases.
What are like boxes or okay?
Lock boxes. They're made to be waterproof. They probably float.
What's with all the boxes?
Oh, this year you've heard your big cities have them. They're called SWAT teams. You've heard of that, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is what passes for the SWAT truck here in town. It's all of our special loadout.
Okay. So what's in the boxes?
Just things that come in handy.
Oh, like the equipment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whisper the fake. So the SWAT team is coming.
There's plenty of room back there, though. You can show your cameras and such back there. You go right ahead.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna go down to the diner and get some food. We might be out there most of the afternoon. It's if we got to walk around looking for them. It's you guys got good shoes on?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, it might be quite a hike.
I think most of us maybe sneakers at best.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is there? Yeah. Do we want to?
I don't know. This is the era of Doc Martin. If you're if you're punk inclined, you might have them. The professor might.
I mean, we knew we were coming out here.
Yeah.
To this place,
yeah. Yeah. So I'd say if we want to get anything, we have a minute while he's going to the.
Yeah. We'll assume you have gear because you knew you were going to be here all winter. So
yeah.
Yeah, so by the time everybody's ready, you've loaded up the back of the truck. He's got a bunch of sandwiches and a couple of 6-packs of soda that he's thrown back there and some water bottles. It drives you out. This is the first time you've actually gone by the trailer park. This is where the one girl who lost her sister lives for now. That's, I think, the only time you've heard of the trailer park in the context of this game so far. But yeah, it takes... Yep. Drives through the trailer park. He honks at a few people. Looks like he knows some folks that are living out here. And when I say trailer park, it's not like trashy. It's actually really nice. The mobile homes are like all well kept. There's like areas that are like public. Like there's even like a little park where you see several kids out on swings and parents around barbecuing nearby. It's actually very nice. And you pass through, you start going into the mountains, and he wasn't kidding. Your Jeep might have or might not have made it up through here. The trails are dirt trails. There's a lot of switchbacks. Occasionally he has to get out to open up cattle gates. And through the whole time, just chatting. It's pleasant driving through the forest. This is still very early afternoon. The day is a little crisp because you are into winter, but no snowfall yet, but it is getting colder. The mountain air is really nice this time of year. Pine trees still have green needles. The other trees starting to change colors. Very beautiful land. He's playing some country music on the radio. Hank Williams Jr. comes on. Other than that, just make small talk, and you eventually arrive at the area. And it has been turned more public than what your dream remembered as being, because like there are actual pathways now. There are signs. There's you can see where the sign for the fishing area is. There's a parking area down here now that wasn't there in your dreams. And it's not a single cabin. From down here, you can see there are now stairs going up the side of the mountain. Very wide, and those are installed for people to easily climb to the height of the mountain where the cabins are. And they are cabins now. There's several cabins. You do see a few cars parked down here. including the deputy points out an old there's like an old Jeep Wrangler down here, rusty side panels. You see stickers all over it from like various police unions, that sort of thing. It's like, well, sheriff's truck's still here. He hops down and he goes over. He tries the doors; they're all locked. He kind of looks in through the windows. He rustles around in his pockets. It's like, damn, didn't bring the spare keys. He kind of looks around, guilty for a minute, pulls out a set of lockpicks, picks the car door, and looks in.
What school would that come under? Lockpicks?
Just
out of interest, I was just wondering because I think that's come up before. Is that lockpicks? Yeah, lockpicks.
Yeah, subterfuge. No, is there a lockpick skill?
He looks in the glove box,
Yeah.
kind of just looks around, kind of quick, and he goes over and puts his hand on the hood of the Jeep. It's like, okay, well, it's been parked here for a while. I don't know which cabin he was in, but given the time of day and knowing the sheriff, he's probably down at the fishing hole. But I guess we should go up and check the cabins first.
Okay.
If you guys want to get some shots, you go right ahead. There's a beautiful place here.
All right. Yeah. Do we want to get?
No, I do.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to go with the deputy, or are you?
I do.
Sure, I'll go. I'll go too if it doesn't feel like I'm like crowding them.
I would prefer that you come.
Okay.
The more bodies, the better, as long as she can outrun you.
Can you leave your keys, deputy, so that we can lock up when we're done getting all the equipment in and out of the place?
He roots around and pulls out a spare set, tosses them to you.
Cool. Now we don't care if he dies somewhere else. We can't get our own set now. We're all right.
So did he manage to unlock the sheriff's car?
He did. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and he didn't lock it back.
No, we can investigate that. Yeah.
Okay. So he, along with Fake News and Mr. Blutarski, head up, leaving the professor. And did we just lose Jameis?
I think so.
Uh-oh.
Okay, no, it was our camera
one. So we'll come back to you. Actually, we'll go back with Fake first.
Sure.
Right. So they go up. You see that there's a number of cabins up here now. There's smaller ones. There's larger ones. There's some that look downright palatial. And there's one that's clearly labeled as office. They even have like electricity out here now. You see some electrical poles. There's like a Pepsi Cola vending machine right out front of the office.
So is this like a campground or?
Yeah. Yep,
I'm asking
exactly
him.
what it is. It's a campground.
Okay.
With rentable cabins, so you don't have to rough it. You even see like air conditioning units in the windows of some of the cabins. So this would be glamping.
All right. I'm gonna buy a Coke while I'm here, or a
It's
Pepsi. Pepsi. I buy a Pepsi. Was it like 50 cents?
Oh, this is the 80s. I think Pepsi Clear is in the vending machine.
Oh, fuck yeah, I want Pepsi Clear.
Yeah, quarter.
All right. So I had $1 bill on me.
There
So
you go. And as you go in, the inside is. You guys ever watch Twin Peaks, the show?
No.
Well, it's all very nice hardwoods inside. It's very much a cabin, but very much glowed up as well. Like the wood just practically shines. There's thick rugs on the ground. There's a wooden, not a wooden Indian, but one of those Aleutian wooden, what are they called? Totem poles. They go up to the sky ceilings. Like the ceilings are a good 12 feet up. And you can see the cross timbers back and forth. There are any number of, like, there's mounted heads of deer, a bear, and some other things around the walls. There's a big screen TV showing like Nature Network television going on. There's some Jacques Cousteau playing on it as you come in. And there's a woman probably in her 40s, tight bun on the back of her hair. She's wearing like flannels, big, like cocky shorts and like big hiking shoes. She looks up, gives a big smile to the deputy. It's like, "Deputy!" It's like, "Hey, Avery, how you doing?" "Doing well, doing well. What can I do for you?" "Well, I just kind of want to know if the sheriff is still here." "Well," she goes to this old ledger book. "Well, let's see. Well, he's not checked out yet." Okay. Have you seen him around?" "Well, a couple of days ago, he came on to buy some live bait. Oh, that was probably Wednesday." "Okay. He's not been down here to eat?" No, he's been doing well at catching trout. I just thought he was doing his own thing up in the cabin." "Oh, well, which cabin is that?" C? Okay, okay. Well, if you see him around, just tell him that I'm here if you would." So they exchange a few words. Now, while he's talking, the two of you that are up there, you want to do anything? That would be Fake and Blutarski.
Yeah, I want to look around.
Yeah, like I said, it's like luxurious. Like there's this thick, which you think is probably real fur carpets on the ground. You've got these totem poles. You see some old Southern, like the desk and everything they're antiques.
Oh, okay.
I'd probably have like a camera with me just so I could get,
Mhm.
shots of stuff, and I might take a couple of pictures.
Yeah. While you're doing that, you notice there's like a small gift shop to the side, and they sell like Polaroid cameras, Polaroid film. Like a lot of people come up here, take a lot of photographs and that sort of thing, as well as things like hiking gear, compasses, maps, basic gear.
Yeah.
And according to a board, you see like a chalkboard. Apparently, they also offer like hiking tours. They've got kayaking classes, fishing classes. Like there should be a fly fishing class going on right now, according to the board.
Is there a map of the cabins in this office?
There is. It's mounted on the wall. They're basically spread out in kind of like a circle, and in the middle is like a what would you call it? Like a stone fire ring, but it's really big. Like so, they do like bonfires there. From your dream, that where the bonfire is, where the stone circle is where the original cabin of your dream was. And you actually are looking at it, and you're thinking that some of those stones were the basement layer of that cabin.
Yeah, okay. That's a fucking ritual site now. Alright. Oh god, I feel like there's like a role I should do right now. Like a paranormal or a
Make me a
cult.
spot. Just make me a spot roll.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's a +2, so 4. Well, you know what? No, I want this. I'm gonna use my first survival of the day.
Mhm.
Roll with advantage. Let's do a 20.
Okay. 20. You do see like there is a list of like public and private like the spaces leased or rented out for various occasions, right? So they have public things where everybody who's renting there for a season or whatever can join in, and you see that they do have like bonfire storytelling hour, that sort of thing. You also notice something kind of interesting is that there's apparently a nudist community that rents out the bonfire area on the nights of the new moon. And you have points in occult, so that immediately twigs something to you.
Yeah. So do I roll a cult?
No, you don't need to roll it.
Okay.
It stands out to you. It's like, uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. So I kind of whisper this to Chad while the other two are doing their thing. Like, this is probably like a cult ritual site now where the fucking cabin was. I explain, like, see, it used to be there, and like it's shaped like the basement tiles, like is the shape of the bonfire and all that. And a nudist colony, if they're naked and doing something under a full moon, that's not good. That's
Chad,
not
make me a
good.
spot roll.
Okay. I've got +1 here, so. Okay, 14.
Okay. You miss almost everything that Fake is saying because as you turn around heading towards her voice, you come face to face on the totem pole with one of those fey imp creatures that were hunting you towards the end. The purple with the mohawk.
What is it doing?
It's just a face on the totem pole.
I'm gonna jump back a step when I see that. Yeah. Hey,
Well,
I'm gonna point over at the totem pole.
I look at it.
Yeah, you recognize it too.
Oh.
But this is from the dream, right? Oh shit.
Well, the purple ones were friendly.
As far as you remember. Well,
Yeah.
they were in the dream. We'll put it that way.
And they warned us, and they ran away, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the parking grounds, what are you guys doing?
Well, we're getting footage that we said we were going to be getting for the police.
Yeah.
So, otherwise,
So, hey, he threw you the keys to the truck, which there's some other keys that look like they might fit into the locks of all the specialized cargo
stuff.
pods in the back.
I look at Lars. Do we want this?
Yeah, you can do it.
Do we want this? Is what I was asking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. We
All right,
can't do
okay.
that.
I don't know.
around.
I can't use any of this stuff.
No,
Like I said, well, it
we
depends what's
want
in
this
there,
in
I
terms
guess.
of we want to know what's in there. We don't want it in terms of we're not going to steal
Right,
it.
okay. Cool. Then,
We'll
yeah,
take it. I just want to know what's in there.
I'll try a key in one of the locks. And see
Sure.
what happens.
The first one you pop open is a fairly modern collapsed crossbow, which, it's not, crossbow hunting's a thing.
I cross.
But the
That's not
bolts
SWAT.
are almost antiquated. Like they're made of iron, a little rusty. They're not modern bolts for this very modern crossbow.
Okay. Odd.
Interesting. Well, let's lock it up and move on to the next one and work our way through it.
So,
see
yeah,
what
we'll
we
take a
can
look at
find.
them. Yeah.
Next one has a whole bunch of vial of some kind of clear liquid. There's boxes of Morton salt. There's a whole bunch of white candles, black candles, some strike anywhere matches.
Oh, wow.
Ah. Well, those we may steal. May steal some matches. It's always useful.
Is the deputy a fucking Constantine? Or Van Helsing?
I mean, this is the SWAT thing, so I mean,
Yeah.
who's the sheriff?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so the
Oh,
other
well,
things
I
you
mean-
find is one of them is like, 2 police shotguns. No big deal. But
Yeah.
all the shotgun shells look like they're hand pressed and they say like rock salt, holy water, things like that on the sides of the shells.
Silver.
Silver.
Yeah! Okay, yeah.
Came out here with the right dude, yeah.
This is fucking, yeah. This is awesome.
I mean,
If shit goes down, we find...
One's a legitimate like vampire hunter's kit. It's got wooden stakes, mallet, Latin Bible,
God.
rosary with cross. One of them is a very standard like SWAT kit with tactical vests, very long hand-to-hand combat knives, stun batons. Actually, not stun batons. What do you call them? Shark batons, like the batons that you put like a shotgun shell on the end.
All right.
Yeah.
let me use press.
Yeah.
Their one box is rifles. The ammo looks like it's armor piercing for some reason. And then there's a box of chains, like rusty chains with old style manacles.
Fuck.
Hmm. Do they look like they get used? Is the
Oh, they're
lock
old,
well
like they're
oiled?
rusty, and like
Yeah.
they're crusted up with some stuff. You're not sure what, but
Right, but is the lock oiled?
oh
No,
yes,
it
yeah,
needs to
they are. The
rust.
chains are kind of rusty and old, but yeah, the manacles and the locks are all very well maintained.
Oh, damn.
Is there like in the vampire hunter's box? Is there like garlic
Oh
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
with
There's
a
like a
label?
necklace of garlic.
Good until X date.
Um, there's a whole bunch of like Lowry's garlic, granulated garlic.
Oh my god.
You gonna get? Do we want shots of this to show how? I
Not
mean, the
at
police are
the
prepared for everything.
And then the last container is filled with booze.
well,
Ooh.
for some reason Chad is suddenly here. What?
Oh, and there's a fairly robust first aid kit back here too, including like what you would need for like an in-field blood transfusion.
Okay.
This guy knows way more than us.
Oh, maybe
Does
he
he?
doesn't. I mean, all right. Well, let's lock all this back up then, and then
Yeah.
let's have a look in the sheriff's car and see
Yeah.
if the sheriff is the one who was using it. I mean, or whether it's the well.
Also, there may be
it's
some
just
sign of when the sheriff was last here. We are still
Yep.
technically trying to track him.
Eh.
Both of you make me spot checks.
Ooh, I guess spot with advantage.
Yay.
I tried desperately to
15.
remember if I have that skill.
Everybody
Two.
has it. It's just a matter of if you got bonuses to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you at least have a +1 because of me, but other than that,
Oh, do I?
I don't know if you've got anything like you
Wait,
got a
what's...
advantage or bonus.
Spot's not a skill. It's just a thing
Right.
everyone can do.
Okay,
It's
you don't
based
get a
off your
+1.
wisdom.
You don't get a +1 then.
You only get a +2 skills then for you. or
You
something.
get I'm only up for skills.
All right. Well then, 15.
Okay. Well, both of you notice that okay. So for something that's not well maintained, because the outside is a little rusty, there's dirt everywhere. Like he does really takes it for wheeling. There's bumper stickers all over the outside, but for some reason, the inside of it smells like cleaning chemicals, like pine sol and ammonia.
Shit.
Hmm.
Oh shit.
I'd suppose either of the cars we've been in have got a black light.
Yeah, I was just wondering that. I was trying to think, what the hell was it? UV light?
Yeah.
Or would that be the sort of thing we would have because of, no, I can't really fully
We
justify
I tell you
that.
what,
Night vision.
there is a possibility that there is a handheld black light in the first aid kit. It's not like a full zoo site kit, but you could do like crime scene stuff with some of that. I tell you what, just one of you, roll me a percentage die and ask high or low.
Go on, James. I dictate the level to you.
Okay.
Always high. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah. No black light.
All right.
Hmm.
But you do notice that there is test kits to check for methamphetamine and cocaine.
Okay. Well, we what? Tries desperately to remember if there's another way to work out whether or not there's blood in the car. I mean, I remember that UV lights also react to potatoes. So even if we find
Are you
stuff
saying
in there, it
someone's
could be
been
that somebody rubbed a
smuggling
potato
potato?
all over the inside.
Someone's
Yeah.
rubbed hash browns all over these seats.
Exactly. Yeah. Why not?
There's a trail of hash browns going right out of the car.
Or if they have a pet platypus, because platypodes glow under blacklight.
No. Well,
Yeah,
What's the
so
new thing?
that's the first thing that hits you is the smell. I'll give you some more
All right.
description here.
Hmm.
It's like it smells strongly of cleaning chemical. And you notice though that the deputy didn't react to that at all, but it's very strong in your nose. Like it's like, yeah, you can't miss that. The looking around, the dashboard, the seats are all kind of like faded. There's holes and slashes here and there, but that could just be from like long time use. This is a well used truck and it's not a new model. Um, it does have like the shotgun holder rack, but there's no gun in it. You do see some stray shells like that are just like looking under the seat. You see there's a couple of stray shells under the seat. You see that there's a torn box of just normal 12 gauge shells. So there's just like a few strays under there. There's a half-eaten sandwich in a Ziploc bag. There is a little plastic thing of live bait, no longer alive. The dashboard is filled with like maps that are highlighted and notes all over the place. It looks like he was trying to stake out a fishing hole. He was making notes to himself. Actually, if you guys are looking at that, either one of you have I think cryptology is probably what this would be under, which is going to be a knowledge skill, which I doubt either of you have. But let's see here.
You got some weird skills.
Yeah, if anybody has a knowledge skill where you can make the case that it's logical induction sort of thing. Otherwise, just make me a test with your intelligence as the bonus.
Closest I got off the top of my head is street smart, but that's
No, yeah.
I mean, the only two ones I've got are general and law. I don't think either of those are.
Nah, yeah, not.
Well, no, I do have a skill called investigation. I don't know what
That'll
that
do. Yep. No, you can if you have investigation, you can use it.
I just happen to have the skill called investigation. I'm not going to say
It's not exactly what I was looking for,
okay.
but that will.
How about I roll the worst I can roll?
Yeah. Excellent.
Wow.
All right.
That's a fumble. That's actually technically a fumble. Yeah.
I'll just give you an end roll.
You can't really fumble a skill roll. It's just you're completely
Do a survival.
I know. I'm wondering, do I want to spend a point on survival? Is this something we actually care about?
What?
What?
I don't know whether that's a 6 or a 9. I'm guessing that's a 9 because it didn't.
Oh, because it put
three
the extra plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because I didn't put a 0 in.
Yeah.
Because I've got no. All right.
So 9. Okay, no, it's it just
I'm
looks
going
like
to spend a survival point.
okay, go ahead.
That's what I'm going to say. 15 this time.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Think about it.
Maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally, but you're looking at his notes and you're looking at everything he's highlighted. It looks an awful lot like he's doing a search pattern. Like he's walking a grid, like you would if you're looking for a lost person or a lost thing.
Up here in the hills.
Yep.
Yeah.
All around the river, like all around the river on either bank, but like all of his notes look like he's walking a grid, like it's a search pattern.
Wait a minute. And according to this, he should be about up to there.
Yeah. Yep. That would have been the last note that he has on the map.
Well, I think I know where to start looking, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Professor. There's a look around, there's something to do with it.
There's a family, father, mother, 3 young children coming up from the river. They've got like a trout bag, and you can see that they had luck because it's kind of wiggling around in there. Everybody's laughing, coming up, and it looks like they had a good day out fishing. Nothing odd going on at all. They all kind of nod at you as they go up to the cabins. Anything else you want to do down here? Go ahead.
Yeah. 1 second, family of people. When did you turn up here? Did you happen to notice this car here when you turned up?
Oh, hi. Yeah, we're the Carson family. Nice to meet you. They've got
Nice
a
to meet
definitely
you,
out of the
Carson.
area accent. Oh, yeah, damn near ran into that. Sorry to say, I scratched his bumper a little bit. I left a note on it. And
Did you?
I told the people up at the office. Yeah, we
Did
got
you, did you
here
actually leave a
Tuesday.
note on it? Because it's not here. Or maybe
Well,
it's not.
yeah, it's not there. You're right.
Okay, yeah.
But I left a note on it.
All right. And it was.
And he looks over and he sees the other police car there. It's like, oh, am I in some kind of trouble? I swear, I told the proprietors that I did it, left my information.
I mean, if you're in trouble, this is the sheriff's car, so you're in trouble.
Oh my!
But I don't. No, it's not what's going on.
You're gonna shit wherever you go, aren't you?
Professor Chester.
Why not?
Yeah. Everyone's got to have a character, yeah.
Now you've concerned this prior happy family and their very
Don't worry
enjoyable
about it.
day fishing.
I don't think anybody would notice anyway. Look at it.
We didn't notice, and we've been here a while.
Yeah, and you say you left a message with the with who?
Oh yeah, you're just up at the offices. We arrived Tuesday night, and I just didn't see it. I mean, usually your headlights will reflect off of the back of a car and all, and I just didn't see it. I didn't hit it much, just that little scratch there. Yeah, we got here late. Yeah, we got lost coming up off the interstate.
Yeah, we know how that is.
Yeah, especially here with all the ups and downs and back roads and everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, back where we come from, all the roads are perfect, 90-degree angles, easy to get around.
You from New York? Is everything in a grid pattern? Apparently,
Yeah, you got it. You come from a civilized state. Okay, yeah. So they
Thanks.
are hurrying up to the offices now.
Right, and there's one other thing.
One of the young boys are like, "Daddy's going to jail. I'm not going to jail. Daddy's going to jail."
Yeah, there was one other thing I wanted to check.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the inside of this car smells of cleaning fluids. I don't know whether that's because somebody died and has been cleaned out here or not, but it's possible they missed, like, maybe the back of the mirror, the rear view mirror. If somebody had had a bloody hand and put it up.
Oh,
to adjust it to
that's
start
smart.
driving.
So your spot roll wasn't high enough, but since you specifically said that, yeah, you turn the mirror around, and there is in fact what looks like if someone were to put their thumb on the front and that was cleaned, but 4 fingers on the back, there are 4 bloody fingerprints on the back of the rear view mirror.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's get a picture or something of this and see if we can.
It's not like we know how it's dry, so it's not like we can do much with it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about.
What the best we could do is compare. I'm pretty sure. We'll see in the movies enough now. You probably compare fingerprints, see if it's his, but other than that.
Yeah. Or anybody else's. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's a law enforcement officer. He's got to have his fingerprints somewhere in the system.
Well, there should be somewhere in the car too. You think of you touching all sorts of stuff.
I mean, it's been who knows? But yeah,
Who
there we
knows?
go. So yeah.
All right. Meanwhile,
There we go.
back up to the cabins. You guys do anything further? So deputy's done asking at the front desk. He says, "Well, I guess I'm going to go down to his favorite fishing holes. I know a few of them. You guys want to meet back up here in a couple hours? You can get your shots in, and I'm just going to go ask around, see if anyone's seen the sheriff." This is fake news, and Mr. Blutarski.
I'm muted. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I said, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Just figured I'd come up here and look at the office. This place is gorgeous, by the way.
There's some slow jazz playing on in the background.
Yeah. So we'll head back out and head back to the others.
Oh, sir, excuse me. Did you want to rent a cabin? We still have several that are that can be booked.
No, thank you. We're good. We got a place at Taste of Bloodwurth.
Oh, fine place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, join us tonight for the fish fry.
Hmm.
He may needed to book a cabin later to stay here for a reason. So never mind. Just cut that off. Never come back here again.
So the deputy comes down first, and he's whistling a little bit. He goes to the back of the truck. He changes out his boots for some taller ones, rubberized. So, like if you walk into the river, you're not gonna get your socks wet. And he grabs the case that has the crossbow and the antiquated iron bolts. He grabs that, tips his hat at you guys, and says, "I'm going to go check on some of the fishing spots." And he kind of taps the container as if there might be fishing equipment in it. Yeah, I know some of the spots that Sheriff likes to fish. I'm just going to go check on him, see if he's down there, talk to some of the fishermen, see if anyone's seen him. If you guys want to keep getting your shots, I'll be back a couple hours.
Okay.
Leaves us plenty of time to get back to Bloodwurth.
I thought you said that was all SWAT stuff in there. That's not?
Oh, we like to do some fishing too.
Okay. Sure.
All right. So where you want to get some shots at, Lars?
Yep. So you guys come down right after.
We were looking around. Seems like the sheriff was searching for something. As far as I can work out, the last spot he was searching was over deer.
Is that where he's going?
You didn't actually show him the map, so you have no idea.
Well, he motioned, right?
Yeah,
Well, we
which
saw
would
where he
just
was
do the
walking, right?
river at
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
assume it's all pretty much Riverwoods is pretty much where you're looking at it no matter what. So
Fair. Okay.
so if we do want to go have a look from and yeah, this lot is jacked up. You should see some of the stuff they got in the van. Woo!
What have they got in the van? I
Oh.
kind of.
Do a quick recount of some of the highlights.
Chad starts with the liquor bottles. Wild Turkey, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam. All your friends are here.
I don't think Dunhill would let him have the keys to get straight into it. I don't know. Maybe he would.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
I think no problem with that. But yeah.
Is there a bottle of Everclear in there?
There's some moonshine in there.
So, yeah, I probably don't even have to bother rolling knowledge paranormal or knowledge occult with all that info, do I?
Not at all.
Okay, so they are prepared for literally anything and everything supernatural wise that I know of, and then some, because some of that stuff I don't know what you would use it on.
Do you know what you would use the crossbow on? Because that's what he just took to go.
Cold iron bolts, definitely Fey.
Okay. I mean, does that match up with your guy's dream?
Yeah. It's been Fey type creatures, I believe. For both.
No,
I don't. Well, the second one is something created. The first one, there were pixies.
The only Fey thing we've encountered was supposedly in that cave, but we didn't. Other than that,
And the purple
other
pixies.
than one, we didn't encounter anyone.
Right. Or, well, the pumpkin could technically maybe be Fey because they were known to create the creatures themselves, so it could innately be Fey, from what we know.
Yeah, I don't know that much about Fey.
Okay.
It seems like Fey is very loosely, in everything we've encountered so far. It's pretty broad. So...
Actually, in the dream, didn't the little Fey say that they had been brought here by the Lee or something?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to go hunting for a sheriff and see if there's some Fey that we can find?
Do we have any cold iron?
We're fine. They're fine. They're happy-go-lucky. The ones
which case did he take?
The arrows with the cold iron.
Oh, okay. So it's probably thing with Faye is I was warned by the caravan guy because he knew about the things that we've encountered when I chatted with him. And he said, you guys have been very, very lucky. Those are nice, Faye, but the other half of the time, they're just gonna stab you. They're just gonna kill you.
Lucky. Woo, let's
So I'm
go.
assuming if he took that crossbow with him, that's something that is not nice.
So he's going to get the not nice one, and we'll get the nice ones. Okay.
Yeah. So, but
Actually, we know alcohol works well. Yeah, bring some alcohol.
so I mean, as long as we're just prepared that it might not be a friendly thing that we come
That's why
across.
we have you with us.
Well,
I'm just
do we
warning
have any-
everyone.
do we have any cold iron? Is there anything we can do to have cold iron right here and now? No?
No.
I mean,
We
the
could
rivers
rent
aren't
a-
very warm.
Actually, in the weapons locker that had the shark batons, I'd said that there were some long like combat knives, iron.
Yes.
We could get a cabin and get the pokers from it and hope that they're cold iron, or go to a antique shop.
I mean, we can't. If we go away,
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know if I mean, we could do it, but I don't think we're prepared because I don't think a gun's gonna work on it, and I can only punch something so hard. Or we find cultists and I can shoot them.
At this point, we may just find the sheriff's body, and that might be about it, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys are down, I'm down to go look at
Yeah.
it. But I
Let's
just
go
want
have a look
everyone to be aware of the
Also,
risk entailed.
Better shots of the more close up anyway, so in the river. See the where the light comes off the river? Great view, you can get the right angle on it.
Alright, cool. Alright.
let's take those knives just in case, and
Yeah.
then. go
Are
out
you
and-
sure? Because what if we run into him?
Into who?
Well, what if the deputy's out there and sees that we somehow got into his shit and took his stuff?
Well, then we can say we were going into the wilderness and wanted some shit to defend ourselves with.
Alright.
We
I mean,
Okay.
he did throw you the spare keys that had those keys on them.
We didn't take your shotguns. We didn't
Yeah.
take the knives.
Okay.
No.
Alright.
I think would be fun.
Okay. I just don't want to make an enemy of this guy, so
So
that's
you're gonna
fair, though.
you're gonna take some of the combat knives. Are you taking anything else out of these lockers?
Only from this one that we opened, I fear, would be
Okay,
the
well,
safest.
In this locker are also some vests, Kevlar vests. There's those shark batons, combat knives, knee pads, gloves.
Actually, if I won't get in the way, I might armor up.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I am just, especially, well, we can also say if we don't want to fall into the river and get cut or anything, we just wanted to get some protection on. Yeah, that's what
So you're wearing your cold weather clothing again. It's beginning of winter, so yeah, you can wear these jackets underneath your coats easily.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
I'm not taking any weapons or anything because I've got fake. She's the weapon.
I'll take the machetes.
They're combat knives, so you take
Yeah.
some combat knives.
They're,
Right.
they're,
Yeah,
I'm gonna call them a machete.
They're actually like the Rambo knives, like they're the old Vietnam era commando knives.
Oh, I kind of do like a quick little martial art kata with them to remind myself how to move with them with my martial arts training.
I'm just gonna take one knife.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also taking a knife and take some gloves just in case we need to.
Okay. Yeah.
move
Yeah.
something out of the way.
Me too.
Or it gets cold.
Okay. Sure. So you're going to head to the last spot on the grid map, is what I'm.
Yeah, taking into account where he's been, so we know the next thing, also logical place from there would have been after that. So yeah,
Okay.
we're starting there and trying to follow the path that he was doing.
Sure. Are you taking his map?
Since you said it, sure, why not?
Okay. Who's leading the way? And does that person have any skills in navigating?
Oh, that's where it all falls down. That's where it all falls down.
Well, I'll give you a +2 for the fact that you have a map, but if anyone actually can navigate.
I have investigation.
So it would be what is it? It's an outdoor skill for navigate.
Outdoors?
Yeah, it's
What
outdoors.
What are we doing outdoors?
Wilderness survival, probably.
Okay, no.
Yeah, wisdom.
Wilderness survival. Yeah. Does anybody have it?
Nope. I'll flat roll it.
Well, I mean, again, you have a +2 because you're following a map. I just want to know who is the person leading.
Should I lead because I have the machetes?
Yeah, I've got the camera, so I can't really be doing that.
Yeah, and I'm okay.
So you've got the map. You probably have a compass out too.
I'm gonna use the survival point.
Yeah, and you also get a +1 from me because this is a skill roll.
This is a skill, yes.
Yeah. But
oh my god.
Okay. You get lost.
Yeah, completely. I think we'll have to be lost. We've never seen again.
Until the professor looks over your shoulder, picks the map up, and turns it around and hands it back to you. You're lost. You're thoroughly lost. Lucky for you, the river basically runs in two directions. It's east to west. And you think back that way is the cabins, but you have no idea where you are on this grid pattern.
All right. Hey,
you
guys.
do see people fishing. You don't see the deputy around, so he must have gone another direction. But you do see some folks fishing. There are kids in the water on floating tires. There's a big, rotund, fat guy who's, again, remember, this is towards winter, so it's cold, but he's got nothing but shorts on. He's got a smaller tire with a cooler full of beer that's floating around next to him. He's just floating the river as if it were the high point of summer instead of near freezing.
How far away are they?
They're just they're in the closest part of the river that you're in. So you stayed pretty much to the banks of the river, but you're completely flubbed trying to figure out where on the map you're.
I mean, maybe they know where we are on the map.
Exactly. Well, we can ask Logan if he knows where we are.
Yeah.
Yes,
all right.
Yeah.
A bunch of good old boys down here at the bank doing some fishing. They've got a barbecue, a little coal grill set up, and they're just as soon as they catch one, scale it, behead it, throw it on the grill. Lots of beer cans all over the place. Although they're keeping a tidy camp spot. There is a tent set up for the folks that are already too inebriated to fish or snoring it off as you come into camp. Before you even say a word, 4 cans of beer are hurled at you.
Oh.
Somehow Chad managed to eat all of them.
Yep.
Chad doesn't flinch. He just automatic. Snags it out of the air and opens a top with just the same motion.
Yeah.
That there's ancestral reflexes.
Yep. Genetic.
Gonna be hey,
welcome to camp.
Welcome.
We got some trout on the barbecue if you'd like some. Just about ready now. Gonna season it up with some lime, a little salt and pepper.
I appreciate it, but we're actually just a little lost. Could you point out where I am roughly?
How the hell do you get lost? The river goes in 2 directions.
I held the map upside down, and
it'd be the other direction, wouldn't it?
Twirl your hair a bit.
Yeah, not really good with the outdoor thing.
It's good-natured fun they're having with you. All right, well, they look at the map. Let's see. I'm going to give them a roll. Let's find out.
No one knows where we are. Every one of us is lost. Wow. Oh, well, you're going to roll that. We don't.
I didn't actually roll that. I just put a number in.
Only 20 +2.
All right, let's find out.
Well, the +2 helped at least.
Yeah, he turns it a few times. Is like, well, damned if I know.
That must be one confusion, Matt. That no one knows who the hell we are.
Well, what you looking for? I know most of The spots around here. You looking for Promontory Hill? You looking for the diving rocks? You looking for the fairy mounds? What you
This
looking
one.
for?
This one.
I don't know. I can't read your map.
What's
Hey, look at we.
Oh God, I don't know. Was there a name?
There's
No,
just some
this is-
numbers, and yeah, you have no idea what it means.
Is there
Yeah.
any obvious signs on the map of, okay, this is where the campsite, or this is where the cabins are, so we can do relative to that.
Yeah, all right. I'm like, dang, I
Well,
don't
I
know
mean,
what
I
it's
can get you
called.
back. All you got to do is head back down that way. That's where the
Yeah.
cabins are.
All right, so that's the cabins. What's the closest cabin to here?
Oh, well, there's only one set of cabins. Well, I mean, there are some folks that live out here in the woods that have cabins, but a lot of them are recluse. They don't like
Oh.
company much.
Oh,
They usually greet you with a shotgun. So you see a cabin out here in these woods that aren't part of the main cabin cluster. I wouldn't go anywhere near them.
got it. Good to know. Thank you. All right.
Well, have you seen the sheriff recently?
One of them said, "Yep, saw the sheriff. What day is it? Saw the sheriff 2 days ago.
Okay.
What's today?
2 days later.
Friday. Today's Friday.
So Wednesday. Okay, another Wednesday.
So, yeah.
And one of them says, "Hey, I can't rightly read your map, but Wednesday, we met him." He kind of looks down the shore. We met him down over there on that side of the shore because I remember we had a campsite there, and then we came over here to fish. He asked us how the fishing was going, if we caught any. He had a really weird question. He asked if we caught any unusually large fish.
Hmm.
Well,
Anyway,
you
we
think
had
that'd
that conversation over there, and he kind of points across the bank and down a little bit. You probably can still find our fire pit over there. That's where that was Wednesday. We saw the sheriff over there. I don't know where that is on your map, but that's the last time we saw him.
be- We'll peer at the map and go,
All right,
Actually,
so over that
if you
way.
want to look at the map, give me an
Yeah.
intelligence check.
oh, that's not good. Intelligence,
I'll
you say.
help.
Intelligence, you say.
Do we
I'm a
all
minus-
do an intelligence check?
If you all want to look at the map, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right,
I
cool.
managed-
That's good enough.
even with my -1 intelligence, I still did really well.
Okay.
Oh, that spot. Right. I keep
Yeah,
it down.
he gets your bearings. All right, so you're pretty far off, but you're on the wrong bank is the big thing. You're supposed to be
Oh.
across the bank.
Okay.
Do you know a good place to cross the river? Oh, is it, I don't know how big the river is.
Well, kayaks you can swim across if you're up for it. About a mile up here, and you kind of look. It's kind of just points upriver.
Hmm.
About a mile up there, there's an old wood bridge you can use, but it's about a mile up.
All right. Thank you, honey.
You can just swim
would
across. Water's fine.
Would that go with my camera? Would that mile be in the direction we want to go now that we know where the hell we are? Or is it in the opposite direction?
All right. I would assume then that you are now taking the lead. And
Apparently.
so if you go a mile up that way, by the map, that would be getting closer to where his last notes were on.
Dunhill did really well
Yeah.
as well. So,
So also you can work out that if he was here looking at the map, if he was here Wednesday, then after Wednesday, or at least late Wednesday, he must have moved further up because there's more notes up from that spot.
Hmm.
Yep,
Then
so-
it's been 2 days.
Wait, so we found this map in the car.
Mhm.
Yep.
So he dropped it back in the car.
Well, he may not have taken this map with him. He just may have made annotations when he came back to the car. He may have just had the map there. We took the map, but he doesn't.
Right,
know
but
he
that
did
means that he came back to the car.
Yeah, he has. He has been back, and then the last place,
I
according
guess
to
so.
the
Yeah,
map,
yeah. I guess
the
so.
next set of he
Come
would
back
have
to
gone
sleep.
to
Yeah.
is there, and that's where we go. Well, that's where
Yep.
we're trying to go, if we can find out where the hell we are.
All right. You trudge on up and you find it's an old wooden bridge. Oh, so old that some of the wood looks like it's vitrified or petrified wood that make up the base of it. You wouldn't trust it to a car, but it's plenty sturdy for two folks to walk over at a time. And it spans the entirety of the river. River rushes
Okay.
below it. It's a great shot, by the way. It looks a little spooky because of how old it is. It's a covered bridge too.
Hmm.
Oh,
You
no.
guys can remember. So one of us goes at 1 minute, the other one takes 2 minutes to cross, and the other one takes 4 minutes. We've got to get across in 17 minutes. And, and we've got to land, and we've got to take it back. Yes. Yeah, so I would get it. Well, you say it's a nice shot, brilliant. I'll get a shot. Can you go across and just sort of look out the bridge and crook your views and take a moment to do some
So yeah,
filming?
you want to get a shot of it. Who wants to go through the bridge?
Sure.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah,
again,
good
remember
point.
this is early afternoon. Sun's high in the sky. Sorry, hands up. Who's crossing the bridge?
All three of them, I think.
Okay, so you're the only one standing behind and
Apparently,
filming.
giving
Okay,
shots.
No, I'm
guys.
staying back with
Okay.
I'm staying back with you because
Okay.
we think only 2 at a time.
Well,
All right.
2 side to side is how wide it is.
Oh,
It'll hold plenty.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, stay with me anyway, Fake. I feel better with you nearby.
So then all of us can just go and he gets the shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, all of you go
All
and
right.
you get the shot. Now, if I remember right, so none of you have any of the marks like Jameis's character does. But as you're crossing, it feels a little spooky. Like you go from bright sunlight, and then the covering. It's kind of dark in here where it's covered. You can see the light at the opposite end. It's kind of dark in the middle, and like there's graffiti all over the inside, which that par for course in the area because you do have teenagers back in town and so there's a lot of graffiti, a lot of like band names are here and there. You see there's a couple of hand stitched dolls like Raggedy Ann and Andy style that are just laid up, and they all have like either flowers next to them or little bottles with like messages in the bottle, just kind of laying on the inside of the bridge as you're crossing through.
What is that?
You want to step on the fairy ring? We know how well that goes.
Is that knowledge occult? Paranormal?
It is as described. It's not really. You can roll those things.
Yeah, I want to see if there's like any type of like with the dolls and all that. If there's
Sure.
anything I can remember, probably not. No,
That's
that's
why I
gonna
just
be
try
a
and-
The only thing that
10.
comes to mind are like wishing jars or remembrance jars, kind of like you'd see on the side of highways, like when a loved one had someone that died in an auto accident, you'd find wreaths or something put on the side of the road or a memorial plaque,
Okay.
that sort of
great.
thing.
It's a death bridge. Yay.
All right. But that's all you get. You're crossing through. Other than Fake, it's fine. The bridge is actually plenty sturdy. It's just not wide enough for a modern car to go across. Motorcycle would be fine. You get through the other side just fine. But Fake, you're halfway under the covered bridge, and you hear like a kind of a grumble. And kind of like a really low, kind of rocky voice coming from underneath you.
Oh, geez.
hmm
You hear saying, "Troll toll. Pays your troll toll."
Oh.
Can you stop for a minute? The other two, you just keep walking, means you didn't hear a thing.
I have an extra bottle of moonshine, don't I? Didn't I pick
you?
another one of those up?
I think specifically you said you did.
Well, I also said grab some alcohol from the crate to use this because they worked so well with the previous phase.
I think one of our
Well,
last
I-
sessions, you specifically picked up some peach moonshine or something like that.
Yeah,
at the store.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave it and just be like, here you go. And I put
May
on
your
like
passages be safe. May your life be long. May your bones not break. May your brains not shatter.
and then some.
You two look around because Fake just said something.
I heard the voice of a what other way I could say, because this is on film, a bridge troll. And
You're on film with that. I'm at the other end of the
Yeah,
bridge.
so he's not getting this
oh,
all
you're
audio.
all
Yeah.
the way out there. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's not like I'm getting.
I thought you were nearby filming with us. as we
Although I would
walked.
say, if you want to do it, because it kind of would be a cool shot. You could have taken a tape recorder with you as you went through the bridge.
Yeah, if you were happy to take a tape recorder, I would have been happy with you taking a tape recorder.
Yeah, I guess because in case we hear spirits, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I did that. I have
Okay.
that.
Do you want to play it back?
When we get all the way across,
Okay.
I'll wait and then play it back when he gets back because
Okay.
it'll be good for the film of like, okay, so we crossed the bridge and in the bridge, like I do the whole explanation. I had this moment and like I heard.
You're assuming I'm going to get across with my 3 marks, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, when you get back, that'll be like what I
Okay.
want to tell you.
Lars, you pack up after getting the shot and you cross the bridge. Make me a magic save.
No, I keep telling you I'm not going to make the magic roll. See, I don't make it.
Okay. You are suddenly just ravenously hungry. Like you don't know what it is. You know, you're crossing the bridge. You make it to the other side just fine, but you like are almost doubled over with pangs in your stomach of how empty you feel. You feel faint. You're on the verge of collapse from just how suddenly hungry you are. Like suddenly, like if you were a diabetic and you suddenly felt like you just had a huge sugar crash. I mean, that's what the feeling's like.
Yeah. So they're shaking and can't
Yeah.
really move much.
Did we bring any food from the
Anyone
diner?
see anything? Well, we had some in the car.
There were sandwiches in the car, but nobody said they brought any.
Nobody said they brought anything. I mean, what's going on? What's wrong with you? Can we
Need
basic
food?
There's troll right there, you think, Alice?
If I look over my...
How quickly can you fish?
Maybe. I mean...
Yeah, go for it. What else you got?
I got drugs on me, still. I got drugs. If any of them happen to have, as a side effect of what they do, appetite suppressant.
Adderall?
Make me a luck check. Maybe. I mean, you have a pharmaceutical's worth of a pharmacologist's worth of drugs on you right now. Just high or low. Roll a d100.
Going low.
You got some stuff that would make him even hungrier. But
wow, I mean, the munchies, yeah.
1 second, guys. I grab one of the extra bottles of liquor that we have, not the moonshine, but an extra bottle of liquor, and I kind of run to the bridge a little bit into the bridge again, and I'm like, Mr. Bridge Troll,
I will say that all of you were thrown a beer earlier.
Oh yeah, beer.
I think we only kind of said that Bill's character drank it. Everybody else has a can of beer.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I have the can of beer. Can of beer, still cold. Run up.
Any consumable within reach would be started to be consumed.
Okay, so Fake, you pop it, you hand it to Lars. Lars, make me a mental save, please.
Oh, for Lars. Okay. I was going to try and trade with the troll.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and that's a good thing to do. Yeah, no worries there.
Okay, you're fine. You had a quick vision of just taking a bite out of
I'm sure.
just gnawing down on that arm that was offering.
If Duncan would come close with the needle. Wow.
But yeah, no, you suck down that beer and you feel all right. You feel all right.
The healing power of alcohol.
Medically speaking, you could have just had a huge sugar crash and the alcohol, plenty of sugar in there.
We got 2 more cans, so.
Okay. You're on the other side of the bridge. You've got some great. Actually, go ahead because we're also trying to make a good film here. Make your roll to see how good of shots you got, and when
+7. Yeah, I'm at +7.
And when Fake goes back to the cassette, and you can hear you guys talking. You can hear right at the point where you stopped and you heard the voice. There is like a really low kind of sound on the tape. It doesn't sound like words. It's just like this low almost kind of like a very bassy like whale song.
Okay.
It like it must be some kind of artifact.
Okay. So yeah, we get that on film too. Like I tell you, like, hey, I want you to film me like explaining this and blah blah blah.
I can splice it in afterwards too with the edit.
So what'd you roll total?
15.
All right, yeah, there's
I've
some
got a
great
plus
shots.
7 to my film now, as far as I can tell. So
Yeah, great shots. You're on the other side. Everybody make me spot rolls when you kind of pick up the trail of where you believe the sheriff had gotten to.
only 13.
5.
5.
Okay.
Not even.
The 13 is, I just needed a 10.
Nope, can't do it.
You are so lucky I've got advantage. Because otherwise it would have also been.
You think you're on the right track to the last location that the sheriff had marked down here, and with his strange, like, just numbers that he had written down. And you do find some boot prints that kind of veer away from the well-trodden path that most fishermen would use, just like right close to the bank. You see some boot prints that kind of veer off into the forest a little bit. Now, looking at his map, it could be that that last location wasn't right on the riverbank. Like, because it is a little further in from the river than the other numbers are.
No, I'm willing to follow the tracks if they look fresh. You can tell they're fresh because they're overlaid over the other tracks that are around. So.
Okay. We're going to end tonight then with you guys heading in that direction. And it's almost immediate when you hit the tree line. Like, you hear the sounds of people talking and fishing and laughing in the background. The sun was shining. You guys enter this woodlands here, and then it's like everything got very muffled. Like the sounds all seem very far away. There's a low mist on the ground, and it all smells like dank, dark forest. Not a bad smell. Smells very green. Smells very like of living growth. Everybody. Nobody needs to roll for this. It doesn't feel. If it's a little spooky, granted, because everything sounds muted now. But it doesn't feel that way. It actually feels quite inviting. All of you feel invigorated, like your hearing, your sight, your smell seems to be like really high tuned. You smell like you can pick out all the different smells of the forest. You can hear the sounds of small animals moving around. Like your eyes, like the colors of the forest just seem to really pop. And we'll end it there once you have entered the wood along the river.
Cool.
Yeah, well, we got somewhere. I mean, after avoiding lots of plot, you picked a direction and you're trod onto it. So, yeah.
I mean, we can still go in a different wild direction right now. For us, so don't worry.
I do want to get into higher level play in our game. So I'm going to say, go ahead and level. This is kind of an odd place, I know, but you've had some experiences. So before next game, go ahead and make another level.
All right.
Can you please take a point in performance? I can't force you. Could you please take a point in performance?
They really want to make you the face person.
Ooh.
You should really be having Chad get the performance.
Someone take performance.
I mean, his brother's getting into politics. I hear he's going to run for governor sometime this year. You'd think the younger brother.
If you're taking performance, you will be on camera.
Yeah, I'll take performance definitely.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we'll end it there on the search for the sheriff. Just having entered the dark wood. You want to get in the proper mood for the next game, you should check out some of the missing 411 videos.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's going on, Richard? Why don't you plug your stream there?
Well, now that my computer is up and running again, I want to start streaming again. So huzzahs for that. So yeah, if you want to see me fail badly at video games, as badly as we failed here tonight, well, then you can watch me here on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, Limited time
Limited.
offer.
No vowels.
No vowels.
No vowels.
Indeed.
Apparently, there are no vowels.
Dion, tell us all about your stream.
Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends, that's you guys, you can find me in my channel, Substance Used, where I play retro JRPGs and I do a lot of Grand Theft Auto roleplay. Yeah, there's a big 2-year anniversary event for the city I'm in tomorrow, and I'm hosting as Fran, who's the mayor of the city. So that'll be streamed probably. So that'll be fun. It'll be
Yay.
cute.
Nice.
Cool. Jameis, what do you got going on?
I've got my blog where I might start bulking up reviews of bunches of movies just to get through them a bit more. Because recently I talked about Invasion of the Body Snatchers, both of them, and I thought 56 was a lot better than 78.
Cool. That didn't work. Yeah, there we go. So, Bill,
Yes.
Frog Gods, you still running some games?
Yeah. I'm starting a like a Rappanathic campaign. I'm running several different groups through it. So it's gonna be like, everything's gonna affect everything else, so that'll be cool. And yeah, hoping to use the new Necromancers game to run it.
Yes, that looks cool. I've got it bookmarked for when it goes live.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are live, check out the Cult of the Winged Skull. I make my living as game developer, layout guy, design guy, editor guy. This is a project that I have going on now. So, take mercy on your local game developer and throw some bones at the Kickstarter that's going on. It is a campaign world and adventure for either Dungeon Crawl Classics or Shadow Dark, your choice. PDF or physical copies. Check that out. It's still got about 2 weeks to go. And we're about halfway funded. So, yeah, do check that out. Other than that, also check out our social media page, which is also our podcast page at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com. And you can find a lot more games like this, games not like this, games sillier, and games not so silly for more years than some folks watching this might be alive for. It's a lot of years. It's a lot of years. Check it out. Good night, everybody.